this footage. A threat with a gun, filmed and posted on social media.
So I know there's a ton of violence that goes on in a lot of cities, but I don't know which one's worse, London or Birmingham. But another 15-year-old has lost their life due to an attack that has been described as a death in the most violent of circumstances. It's easy for the media to deduce that 15-year-old Keon Lincoln was killed by an armed gang, but the situation is way more severe than that. This is literally children killing children, and for what? The worst thing is, there is absolutely nothing that serious to end the life. But these people cannot see that. They cannot grasp simple common sense. So it was reported that 15-year-old Keon Lincoln was killed in Handsworth in broad daylight on Thursday, which was yesterday, just before 3:30 p.m. The carnage was described as a group of young people carrying weapons, and they had set up on Keon. Witnesses also says that they heard shots fired. So that's a bunch of children carrying guns and knives now, and this seems to be the norm. At this point, it's not even a surprise when a person dies in such horrible circumstances. So Keon was taken to hospital at around 3:30 p.m, but unfortunately he died from his injuries a short while later. Police have said the investigation is gathering at pace, and already a 14-year-old person has been in custody. That unnamed person was arrested on suspicion of murder. Again, this is a child that hasn't even left school, and if he's found guilty, this kid is a murderer all before he can drive a car or have his first legal alcoholic drink or even get accepted into college. As of this moment, that 15-year-old is still in custody. And police have said a post-mortem is due to take place to establish the actual cause of death as soon as possible. A family member also told the Sun newspaper that the mom is understandably inconsolable. And again, that goes without saying. She lost her child, someone that every parent would dread. It's the absolute worst possible scenario that you could ever be in. The family member continued by saying that it's just so bad. He was just a young boy and hasn't gone anywhere in life yet, and now his life is gone. As I previously stated, the investigation is gathering at pace. So far, police believe the group of young people fled the scene in a white car after the murder and then crashed into a house on Wheeler Street in Lozales, which is another bad area. Keon was described by his family as a fun-loving person who had an infectious laugh that lit up the whole room whenever he was in it. Detective Chief Inspector of the West Midlands Police, Alastair Orencas, says that he is determined to bring those responsible to justice after Keon died in the most violent of circumstances. Again, this happened in broad daylight. That should tell you all you need to know about these kind of people. This wasn't some sophisticated attack orchestrated by some criminal masterminds. These were children that killed another young person because they had some warped sense of urgency, for whatever reason. Also, that 14-year-old whom is currently arrested and in custody, he will know every single person involved in that killing, and police will know that too, if they've arrested the correct person. Therefore, it's only a matter of time before others involved are caught. The mom deserves justice. I mean, she lost her child. All I can say is condolences to the family of Keon Lincoln. Safe.